spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life removing pain. Lord, let my words heal a heart that hurts. I want to spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life mending broken people.
Hello and welcome to another 3ABN Today cooking program. I'm Jason Bradley, and here with me today is Melody Caviness, and she is the founder and director of Your Healthy Helper.
Yes.
And I'm excited to have you here because
Yep.
I've had your food before. See, I get to taste test everything.
That's
and
right.
if you make it at home, you'll get to taste it too. But I'm glad that I get to taste it today.
Well, thank you. Maybe.
I hope so. I know it's going to be delicious.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about Your Healthy Helper.
Your Healthy Helper was something I started out with when I went over to a plant-based diet. And I had decided that I was going to do things different than I had in the past because I was very fat and very sick, and lost a father at 56 years old.
Oh, wow, that's
lost
young.
my siblings, they were twin brothers at 45 and 55, and it was type 2 diabetes and congestive heart failure, both caused from lifestyle. So I went to this little seminar at a church, and it just totally changed my whole life. Left the corporate world and thought, how can I help people? And Your Healthy Helper is what I come up with, just because I wanted to just help people become healthier.
Nice, nice. And so, I mean, there's so much, I guess, passion. You have a lot of passion for healthy lifestyle and
I
healthy
do.
cooking because of what's
What
taking
it's done
place.
for me, you
Yes.
know, my weight loss, also I lost my type 2 diabetes with it. I lost my hypertension with it. I lost my high cholesterol with it. I mean, I reversed those diseases that took my family.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't want to go back to that. You know, I love to cook. It's like a passion for me, and I call it a gift because God gives me all these wonderful recipes. And so I want to use that talent that God has given me to cook delicious food, the best I possibly can, the healthiest I can for other people, so that maybe they can make that change too.
Amen. And now, was this an overnight change, or was this a gradual progression?
It's been gradual. I
Okay.
mean, nothing happens fast. The weight loss for me is slow anyway. I love to cook. Somebody's got to taste it. I'm sorry. You know, my poor husband can only
taste it.
he can only eat so much.
Yeah.
But you know, I struggle. I have a Hashimoto, which is a thyroid disease.
Okay.
And I'm not supposed to have any energy whatsoever. and if you can do camp meeting and stand on your feet for 12, 14, 16 hours a day at my age, you know, that's caused from the food I eat, and I believe that.
Well, you're still young, but
Yeah, I wish.
but
Young at heart.
the food at camp meeting is really good. I mean, you've done camp meetings for a while now, and
Yes.
the food's been great, and that is no easy task at all.
No, it's not, but you know, we work hard, but what a blessing to know that we have a part of this camp meeting that is serving people their spiritual food.
Yes.
And we get to serve them their physical food, get them in, get them out, and it just makes a better camp meeting for 3ABN, and we love 3ABN.
Well, praise the Lord. Well, we love you too.
Well, thank
and
you.
we love Randall.
Yes,
And
he's my honey.
I want to know what we're going to make today. What are we going to be
With this,
making?
what we're making today is some of my family favorites.
Okay.
These are little dishes. They're not too hard to make, but first we're going to do the broccoli fruit salad. We love this dish. It is amazing. Also the barbecue sauce. I could not find anything that wasn't full of all the bad components, you know, sugar, salt, oil. So this is a healthier version of barbecue sauce. And roasted potato salad. This is so good. My lemony avocado dill dip.
Okay.
And also my carob chia pudding.
Ooh, pudding. That sounds delicious.
It is delicious.
Let's take a look at our first recipe.
Sure. On our first recipe, you're going to need 2 large crowns or 2 large pieces of fresh broccoli, and you want to cut them into bite-sized pieces, a 1/3 cup of roasted almond slivers or diced, 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds, a 1/2 cup of golden raisins, also a 1/2 cup of craisins, that's fruit sweetened, 1 Honeycrisp apple diced into small pieces, and an 1/8 red onion sliced fine. And for the dressing, you will need 1 cup of Melt's vegan mayonnaise or your mayonnaise vegan of choice, of course, 1 fresh lemon juice, and 3 to 4 packages of dried stevia.
All right. So we've got all these, what looks to me like really healthy ingredients here.
They are.
We've got the broccoli, the onions. I love onions, by the way.
Good.
The Honeycrisp apples. Those are like the best apples in the world.
And you can use different apples too. I love the Honeycrisp. I really like the flavor of them. And these craisins here, I don't know if you want to taste one or not.
Yes,
Jason,
please.
those are made with fruit. So they sweeten that craisin because they're really bitter sour, but they use fruit juice on those instead of sugar. So I'm looking for something that doesn't have the refined sugar in it.
Okay. So where do we begin?
I would like for you to dump this broccoli. Now, if you'll notice here, I'll keep this piece out. You can either chop these up into small pieces or actually pull them apart to whatever size bite that you want. They could be larger, they could be smaller, that's up to the individual. So I just leave that up to the person, however they want theirs.
So we're going to dump it in this big
Just
bowl
dump
right
it
here.
into the big bowl.
Okay. I'm going to try not to make a mess in the process.
Well, that's a chef's job is to make a mess.
I'm not looking forward to the cleanup, so I try and keep it clean.
And we have the toasted almonds next. I buy the whole almonds, and then I toast them in the oven. I chop them, you know, in different pieces. Some there might even be a whole piece. I don't care. I just want a really good toasted almond. But if you smell that, you'll see how that releases those natural oils, and it just gives that almond such a good flavor when you're using it in a recipe.
Okay, so now we just pour this in?
Dump it in.
Oh,
I like
recipe,
dump
yeah.
recipes, yes.
That's right.
Now this is the toasted sunflower seeds.
Okay.
So we're going to put some of the sunflower seeds in there. If you're allergic to almonds or you're allergic to one of these seeds, you know, replace it with something else that you want to use. You know, you could use walnuts in this recipe. You could use cashews, pumpkin seeds, whatever you want to use. So it just based on that individual taste.
So there's options.
Always options.
Okay.
I think next we're going to do the raisins.
Lovely. These are
I love the
amazing,
golden
too.
raisins. They're so soft.
Yes, and sweet.
They are. They are. Those are actually your green grapes.
I might have to
Yeah, taste that one too.
get that one.
And then here's your craisins
Okay.
or cranberries, dried cranberries. We call them craisins. Look at the color popping in that salad already.
And that's really good because once you have like all these different colors, there's all kinds of different vitamins and nutrients and everything that you're getting from your food.
Absolutely.
Are we going to need this spoon?
We'll go ahead and keep it anyway.
There we go.
And then let's put our apples in there,
Okay.
yummy, yummy apples, and then we're
Yes.
going to put our red onions. If you don't like red onions or you don't like onions, you can leave them out, but that little bit of onion with that salad just gives it a great flavor.
Yes, I love onions, but you always want to have a breath mint handy. You want a breath mint right after
Or a little peppermint. I like to use
Or-
the essential peppermint oil and keep it and just dab it on your tongue, and it helps too. Ginger
That's
does the
right.
same thing.
Freshen that breath.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, this is really colorful.
Now I'm going to give you a spoon.
Okay.
And you're going to just kind of mix that up together real quick, and then we're going to make the sauce to this recipe. Oh, I can tell you're an experienced chef in the kitchen. No, you doing really
you know,
good.
I actually used to manage a restaurant.
Did you really?
Prior to coming to 3ABN, and but I didn't do any of the cooking in the restaurant.
You didn't do the cooking. You did the managing part of it.
I did the managing part. I was more in the front of the house, but I cook at home.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
So you don't eat out a lot.
I try not
Some.
to, but it depends. You get busy, and sometimes you don't have time to cook. That's why meal prepping is so important.
It is. You know, I tell people, they say, how do you eat like this at home? It takes so much time. I allow one day out of the week. Most of the time it's on a Sunday. And I take that day to do my beans, my rice, my potatoes, my cheesy sauce. Any of the staples that I use throughout the week, I will have them prepared in my refrigerator, or in my freezer. So if we're gone, come home, boom, I can have a meal within 15, 20 minutes.
Nice.
So now we've got the base to our salad. Now we're going to put together the sauce.
Okay.
So if you want to spoon that in for me, and while you're doing that, I'm going to dump this fresh, beautiful lemon juice.
And so this is the vegan.
This is a vegan mayonnaise.
Okay.
You can buy any of your vegan mayonnaises at most all your stores, your Caviness. There's one at Walmart now. Most of your grocery stores have some type of vegan mayonnaise. You know, make your own. It has a lot less fat if you make it yourself. These are the packets of stevia, the dried stevia that I'm talking about. They're pretty accessible too. Walmart, Sam's, Costco's, you can buy them.
Nice.
Make sure you get a variety that is 100% stevia.
Okay.
Because with the marketing techniques they use now, they could say 100% organic stevia. Well, it's in there, but it's not 100%. There's usually sucrose, dextrose, another type of sugar in there, so be careful about that.
All kinds of things that you don't want.
And I'm going to put 4 of them in here.
Okay.
Now, you know, sugar is not as strong as your stevia is. Your stevia is a lot stronger. Of course,
Really?
monk fruit is the strongest. It's 300 times stronger.
I love monk
You
fruit.
could use the monk fruit in here too, because it gives it that really good fruity taste. And then we're just going to stir this up nice,
Okay.
incorporate it. I'm going to use a whisk just to keep it off of our clothes.
Yes.
Now, I do this fruit salad a lot at my seminars, Jason. Outside of my Dandy Blend drink, I think it's my most popular salad that I make. People love it, love the recipe, and it's just talked about a lot. So if you want to take your spoon and just kind of give it a little taste, this is your sauce base. Now, the longer this sits, the better it gets. I use this for my coleslaw. Any type of a recipe where I need a creamy, like mayonnaise base with a sweetener base, I do the lemon, the vegan mayonnaise, and the stevia in there, or the monk fruit.
That's good.
It is really good.
So now when it sits, do you want it to take on a thicker consistency, or?
No, I want this a little thinner than a regular mayonnaise or a veganaise type. That's why I put the lemon juice in there. I want it a little thin. And I just want to coat my fruit. Okay. So I can use this. We haven't used it. And then we're just going to pour. And I don't want to drown my broccoli. This is a essence. We want to taste that sauce, but we want the taste of all of the fruit that's in there and the vegetables. So we're just going to mix this all in together, incorporate it together.
Okay. This is the part where it gets kind of dangerous sometimes.
Yes, it can be.
Yeah, I can.
So you could wear it if you want to.
Yeah, you could. I'm going to try not to. But yeah, wow, that looks good. And this would be good on, a nice hot summer day, or even in the winter.
It's good all the
eat.
time.
Yeah.
I hear so many people say, oh, I love this and that, but I like it fresh. I don't like it cooked. Well, we just need to use other recipes. Some people might not want to mix their fruits and their vegetables. I love this. These are your dried fruits. Your apple goes with just about anything. I make it in a lot of my salads, like chicken salad. I use it. So I use apple in a lot of my different recipes.
So you would put apple in your veggie chicken salad?
I sure do. Grapes, apples, absolutely.
Nice. Okay.
Now see, it's not overdone. Here you've got that essence that I was talking about. Let's see down here on the bottom. Let's just make. I always turn my bowl. It's a habit. And
hey, you're teaching me here. So this is
well,
good.
by turning your bowl, you're really getting that mix. And I dig underneath and pull out. Your raisins, they're going to be heavier, so that food's going to go to the bottom of the bowl.
Okay.
So we're just going to pull it up to the top here, and look at the bright color.
Oh, yeah, that looks
it is
good.
so good. And when you hit those roasted nuts or those roasted seeds along with the vegetables and the sauce, it really makes for a good recipe.
Nice. So are we going to get to taste this?
Well, you always get to taste it. That's why I always bring your special bowl.
Thank
Do you have your special spoon?
Not yet. Let's see here. I'll just put a little bit in there for a second. So
There you go.
Okay.
And I think I can.
Where's your bowl?
I don't want any. I'm trying really
You
hard
miss-
not to eat in between
Well,
my meals.
Okay.
You know, because I have 45 pounds to lose. And so I'm really, and we had camp meeting, and let me tell you what, I blew that the first day.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. When you're tasting, you're cooking, and you're tasting, it's really hard to do.
I'll tell you what.
I'll let you do the
taste
tasting.
it for you.
You do the tasting, and I'll do the pouring. And the longer this sits in the refrigerator, the longer it takes on the flavors, it is always so much better than this. Is one of those recipes 2 or 3 days in the refrigerator, it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, that's good.
You like that?
What are we going to be making next?
Next, what we're going to be making is my homemade barbecue sauce. And for the homemade barbecue sauce, you are going to need 1 cup water, 1 large onion diced, 2 teaspoons of celery flakes, 4 cans, that's a 6-ounce tomato sauce, 2 jars of Simply Fruit apricot, 1½ teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, or you can use lemon juice if you want, 1/3 cup of molasses, 1 tablespoon of hickory flavoring or liquid smoke, and 2 tablespoons of mustard.
Oh, wow. I am excited about this
I
recipe
love barbecue.
here.
Do you like barbecue?
Oh, I love barbecue.
Are you a football guy?
Not a whole lot.
So
I mean, I watch the Super Bowl.
You watch
I
the
do
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Well, you know, in Texas, everybody uses barbecue. Here, like, people use probably soda pop or something. I mean, barbecue's everywhere. So you go in the stores, every store has like just rows of barbecue sauce. But what I noticed in the barbecue sauce was all the salt, the high sodium in it. I also noticed all the high fructose corn syrup. I also noticed all the sugar that was in it, and just ingredients I did not, even oil. So I thought, okay, Lord, I always pray and ask the Lord to bless my kitchen when I'm creating recipes. And I said, give me a recipe for barbecue sauce. And I was in Florida, and we were at a resort. We were staying out there, kind of like having a little vacation during our seminars. And God gave me this recipe.
Wow,
So,
I can't wait
can't
to try
deny
it.
God's recipe
That's
at all.
right. That's right, and I'm looking forward to tasting it.
Now, I took the water and the onions, and I am sauteing them because I don't want to sit here and have nothing going on, because it takes just a little bit of time to get some transparency in those onions.
Gotcha.
Now,
And so you chose to use water instead of oil. Why?
absolutely. I always do, because oil is an empty fat.
Okay.
There are 4,000 calories in oil per pound.
Wow.
And yet there's only like 60 to 80 calories per pound in green leafy lettuces.
Wow.
So think of that. And your sugar and your oil are at the very top of the scale of where your calories come from whatever food you have.
Okay.
So for myself, I leave oil out of my diet. Now I use fats in my diet. I want to make sure I have the complete balance of food, but I eat healthy fats like avocados, nuts, or seeds. And I use no margarines, and I use no oils in my own cooking at home.
Nice.
So I want to make recipes like that too. You're starting to smell it.
Oh yeah, and I love onions too.
I
so
do
love that
too.
smell.
I do too. Grab the peppermint.
Yeah, right.
Now, next on this recipe that we have here is, let's go for our flakes.
Okay.
I love
celery
these.
flakes?
These are celery flakes, and when you look at them, it just looks like dried pieces of celery. You could probably use celery seed,
Okay.
but I like to use the flakes because there is celery in your regular barbecue sauces.
Nice.
This is our tomato sauce.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to incorporate that into the recipe next. Just pour it in. There are larger jars, but most of the time people will buy the 6-ounce jars, so you can buy the large, just as long as you have like 24 ounces. I'll keep that. I'll start stirring this in a little bit. This is one of those recipes, Jason, that the longer you cook it, the better it tastes. You want to render that down a little bit. I let it sit there and simmer with the lid on low, and just go about doing something in the house.
Nice, so that flavor just really
So that
settles
flavor
in
just,
there.
yes. And this is my molasses. You know, I don't like molasses. It's just one of those things I can't eat.
Yeah.
But man, does it do a good job in this barbecue sauce. And it brings back that color, Jason. Look here. As I start to stir that, look how that color will deepen and give me that rich, dark barbecue look.
Yeah, that's starting to look really good over there.
Now, I want my jam. There are a lot of different jams on the market now that are fruit sweetened, and this is what we have here. So I'm using this in place of my sugar.
Okay, okay.
And it's just like a big clump. I don't want it spilling all over us, so I'm going to let that go in there. And there are peach flavors.
I want people to see at home what we've got going on in this pot. We need to kind of tilt this just a little bit so they can get a nice view of these wonderful colors without spilling. And the onions and the,
Smell-o-vision needs to be going on right now.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Isn't it beautiful? Now, did you see the texture, how that went from a soupy, saucy, like it went right into starting to thicken up. That's what I use the jam for. Now let's go ahead and just start pouring the different condiments in here, and we'll leave the salt for last.
Okay. So garlic powder, correct?
Garlic powder.
Love it.
Granulated garlic powder, it doesn't matter, just any of them.
Okay, we've got the paprika.
Paprika.
Okay.
Now you're really going to notice this when you get to the smoke flavoring. That's when these flavors are going to hit, and you're going to say, barbecue sauce.
Now we have the onion powder. Okay. I love onion, I love garlic.
You know, I can't imagine. I feel sorry for people that can't have onions and garlic because they're good for you too. They're antioxidants. They're good for the body. That's my fresh lemon juice.
And you said you could either use lemon juice or what was the other?
Apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar.
If I used a vinegar, I would use an apple cider. I love fresh lemon juice, so I use it in most all my cooking. This is where this is where the barbecue sauce changes in its smell. Did you smell it?
Not yet.
Now, what's that smell like now? It smells like barbecue sauce. Because we put that hickory, we put that smoke flavor in there, and that's what you get in a barbecue sauce. It's so many different components. Mustard.
Now we might have to spoon some of that out.
Yeah, let me spoon some of this in. And if you don't like mustard, you don't have to put it in, but I would suggest that you put in the mustard powder if you're not going to use
that dry.
Dried mustard powder.
Okay.
Now, like I said, the longer this sits here, the longer it renders down, and it gets thicker. You put it in the refrigerator at night, and the next morning, I mean, you got to spoon it out. It's so thick.
Really?
And we want it to do that.
Nice.
Now, for me, I'm one of these people. I don't use a whole lot of salt. That's
just
probably
like
more than that's more than I'd even use for myself at home. I really cut back on my salt a long time ago. That is how easy this recipe is to put together. It's another dump, pour it in there, let it cook down, put the lid on it, go about your business, and keep checking about every 15 minutes.
Man, that looks so good. And now, let's hold on, let's let them see this. So now it's a little thicker.
Richer. It has that rich.
It's got the onions, the translucent onions.
And you know, Jason, if somebody has a texture problem with onions, don't leave them out. It's really important for barbecue sauce. Puree them.
Okay.
You know, it's normally, unless it's an allergy, it's usually a texture problem. And I've got several friends, Miss Brenda, I call her, Brenda Anthony, Chef Mark Anthony's wife. She loves onions, but she doesn't like any texture. So when I'm at her house and I cook for her, I just puree them and she'll eat it. But she wouldn't eat it otherwise.
Wow.
Can you believe that? And that's gonna, now I want you to take a taste of that.
Oh, I'd
if
love
you
to.
would.
You know this is my favorite part.
Yep. And I actually brought something here for you.
Thank you.
Now, this barbecue sauce serves so many different purposes. You can use this as a sweet and sour sauce with a little bit of hickory smoke in it. You can also use this for soy curls, for barbecue sandwiches, maybe a little coleslaw topping on that. You can also use this barbecue sauce for quinoa, for like sloppy joes. I brought you some soy curls that I had made on top of that so you could try it. Once it's already cooked, this is what you'd get right here.
Oh, yes.
Mushrooms, you could take portobellos, dice them up, use this sauce with portobello mushrooms. You can use it with rice. Like I said, quinoa. Anything you want, you can use this sauce with to make a good sandwich or a meal out
I'll
of.
tell you what, I like you, Melody. I like you. Well, let me say my blessing real quick.
Yes.
All right.
He's gonna dive in and take a taste of the barbecue. And this is just with soy curls and the barbecue sauce. He can't speak.
Speechless. What's our next recipe?
Yeah, well, for our next recipe, we are gonna do this roasted potato salad. This is a favorite in my home. The ingredients are 4 to 6 medium red potatoes, cubed and oven roasted. That's important. We want 3/4 cup of vegan mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard, tablespoon of almond milk, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of honey, a dash of stevia powder, 1 tablespoon fresh dill chopped, 2 tablespoons of flat leaf parsley chopped, and 3 green onions diced small.
You know, I love a good potato salad, and I have a feeling we're in for a treat. Now, I see we've already roasted these.
Yes,
Okay.
I diced them up, and you can tell, you know, I want a chunky potato salad here. Sometimes people do a mashed potato salad. Some they'll just do it in little small pieces, but I wanted a chunky bite-sized potato here, and so I roasted the potatoes, and if you notice, they're still warm, so your bowl's still a little warm there, where I just took them out.
And I also noticed that it's not oily. Like you see, it doesn't have that oily. Because you look at some potatoes, right? And if you put it in a paper bag, you'd be able to see through the bag. This looks healthy.
Well, this is actually just potatoes.
Gotcha.
There are no sprays on my pan. I use parchment paper for most part, but I like just regular potatoes. I'm an Irish girl, you know? I don't want all the other stuff. I don't need the extra calories. I have plenty of my own. So I don't want to use that. I want simple, whole, as best as I can. I want a healthy one.
Absolutely. So where do we begin with this?
I want to begin with the sauce here, Jason. So if you want to just pull that over to the side. And let's start with the mayonnaise.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is we're just going to start taking the different components here, the recipe in here to make this sauce.
All right, so we pour that in there. Okay.
And I'm scrape the bowl. There you go.
That's right. That's right. We got to see, and that's another thing about the restaurant. Like pennies add up.
Pennies do add up.
If you leave any, you better get a rubber spatula and start scraping that
You
out there,
better.
because you count it out over a year. And
You
you've
do, and
lost
it's a lot.
of money.
There is a lot of waste
That's
in
right.
restaurants, and there's a lot of money that goes down the drain because of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, you don't have to go in specific order, I will tell you that.
Okay.
Everything just needs to come in here. I leave the salt out as an option.
Okay.
So you can put any one in there at any time that you want to. This is our almond milk here.
Okay.
If you're allergic to almond milk, use soy milk. If you're allergic to soy, use rice milk, cashew milk, coconut milk. There are so many milks you can use on the market. Just, you don't want to use anything with vanilla, and you don't want it sweetened. So use an unsweetened plain milk of whatever your choice is.
Gotcha. And this is the
Fresh lemon juice.
fresh lemon juice.
Fresh lemon
Yes.
juice. I'm all about fresh lemon juice.
Yes. All right. Fresh is best.
Fresh is best.
Okay,
Now
now-
this is your honey here.
Okay, so that's going to be a little thicker. Let's go ahead and go.
Let's
with
go
the,
for it. Let's
is this
go.
the mustard?
This is a
What is-
Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard.
This is
okay.
a Dijon. And the reason for the honey that we're going to add in this recipe with the mustard is to offset that soury flavor with the sweetness of the honey. And when you put it over those warm potatoes and you try it, you're going to notice the difference there.
I can't wait. All right, now on to the honey.
Onto the honey.
Give it a little
And I always buy
sweetness.
honey that's local to my area. Some people, you know, out there, they'll buy honey anywhere. I like my honey from my local area because if you have allergies, it helps with that.
And it's always nice to support local
It is.
businesses.
It is.
Okay.
So you got your
Got
honey.
the honey. I love honey, so I'm trying to get every bit of that in there. Okay.
And this is your flat leaf parsley. This is your dill.
Okay.
Fresh dill. This is not your in the jar dried dill or the dried parsley. We want fresh in this
Fresh.
recipe.
All right. So we'll pour
Go for
that in. Okay. And then you said this is the dill?
That's the that's your dill. Fresh dill.
All right, let's get that going. All right. Always
Another
colors.
dunk and pour.
Yes. And this is,
Green onions.
yes.
I like lots and lots of onions too. If you want to use double the amount of onions, it's not going to hurt. You know, you might like something a little different in that recipe. You think, oh, I'd like to add this or that. Hey, I tell people, try it. This is a base. This is what we like.
Double the onions, double the mince.
Yeah.
That's right. So
And we're
should I
gonna
just
stir this together really
Okay.
well. And you're gonna see how that takes on this creamier golden color because of that mustard. You know, it's hard for me to stand here, Jason, and watch you stir that. You know that. I'm just holding myself back. 'Cause
I
I'm like,
believe it. You
wanting
want to get in there.
Oh,
and just
yes. But you're doing
stir
such
it
a
up.
great
Well,
job.
thank you. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, you know.
You are.
Get it nice.
Of course, I could have given you a bigger spoon. You want a bigger spoon?
That's
Are you
all
good?
right. I like the challenge.
You like the challenge. Well,
like
I'm
the
going to give you a
challenge.
bigger one when you go to mix that up anyway.
Okay, with the potatoes? Oh, absolutely.
I just want to pour that right over those potatoes. When you get it thoroughly mixed up there, it goes over the potatoes, just pour it around it, and start mixing.
Okay. Well, I see a little green in there.
And you know, the longer this sits, folks, the more the potato is going to absorb it. I don't have oil on this potato. So this potato is going to absorb that flavoring. So if you're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight, I would even suggest using a little extra if it's not going to be served that very day, just because you want to make sure that all your sauce doesn't disappear.
Gotcha. So now we take our potatoes and our sauce and pour it over it? Okay.
Ooh, yummy. It just looks yummy like that.
That does.
And I'll tell you, I've used this before, even without the potatoes. I've used this for people to dip chips in.
Really?
That sauce right there, yes.
Really? Okay.
I like my recipes to do double duty.
Multiple.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Double duty.
Absolutely. And I'm sure your husband would love to have this while he's watching a good game.
Yeah,
That's
well.
right. Or dipping his chips in this while
You
he's
know, the
watching.
problem of it is we're never home long enough to watch anything. I have people say, oh, what was that recipe you cooked on 3ABN? I'm like, when? And they'll start saying, did you see that program? I'm like, I wish I could have. I'm on the road. We have put 40,000 miles on our truck in 1 year.
40,000 miles?
Right at it.
Wow.
40,000 miles. Can you believe
Wow.
it?
But you know the great thing about 3ABN?
Yes.
Is if you're not driving, you can get us on your phone.
App.
Download the
Yes.
free 3ABN app. It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone. Doesn't matter if you have
Android. It doesn't matter, does
Go
it?
to the Play Store or go to the App Store on the iPhone and get that free.
Aren't we
3ABN app.
blessed?
And it's free.
Aren't we blessed?
Great. Absolutely.
Are they on XM radio yet? You don't know?
No,
But you
not
know
yet.
what's really neat? I can take the app, have the program up on my phone, and I Bluetooth it into my car, and we can listen to it through our speakers.
See, there you go.
Isn't that awesome?
Utilizing
now, see,
technology.
This looks a little wet, and I want it to because those potatoes are still warm.
Yes.
And that sauce is going to soak up in these potatoes. That's what we want it to. I'm going to go ahead and add that little bit of salt, probably about a half a teaspoon of salt in there.
Okay, I'll stir that up a little bit. Yeah, I like how it's saucy. Like that's gonna be really
It won't be
good.
though.
Oh,
In about
okay.
2 or 3 hours, like I said, that's going to absorb into those
absorbs it.
potatoes. Exactly. And when you think about that, folks, how this sauce is going to absorb into your potatoes, you can only imagine how it absorbs the oil into your potatoes.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
you know,
And then
it'll keep doing it.
that's all going into You
Yeah.
read my mind. Thank you.
He's got to try this
Thank
one.
you.
And the potato, I hope it's not crunchy. It should be just softening up now from the sauce. Mm. Isn't it wonderful? You know, Jason, I hear so many people say, well, aren't you limited on a plant-based diet? And I'll say, no, you're limited on a meat and dairy diet, not me. I have no limitations. I can eat almost everything, unless it's an allergy, that God created and make it taste good. So
well,
we don't have those limitations.
that tastes very good.
It's a good recipe, isn't it?
It is. I'm curious to see what we're going to make next.
Ooh, this is going to be this is a favorite in my house. It's called the lemony avocado dill dip. For the ingredients, you'll need 1 avocado, peeled and mashed, 1/3 cup of diced fresh dill, 2 lemons juiced, 1 cup of celery diced finely, and salt to taste.
So we have avocados, we've got fresh lemon juice, we've got celery, we've got a little bit of salt, we've got this dill. We've got dill.
Do you notice any consistency here with
Everything's
things
pretty
that we
much
like?
green,
Yeah.
too, right
Also, the recipes that we've done today, you see lemon with like every recipe. You will see dill with a lot of them. I remember a salad that I tried one time. We were at a restaurant, and I loved it. It had that fresh dill and lemon, and there was something crunchy in there, and I couldn't put my, like, what is that? What is that? And I'm thinking, is that water chestnuts? What's going on? And I went home, and I just put the avocados together. Since I'm doing these 2 new cookbooks, I've been using a lot of avocado for my fat, avoiding the oil, because Simply Yummy Whole is all about whole foods. And so I've been using a lot of avocados, and the foods are coming out amazing.
Nice. And you do have 2 cookbooks, correct? Or
I
you
have one.
Oh,
I
you
have
have one.
Simply
Okay.
Yummy right now. Simply Yummy Whole is designed. It's ready for me to put all the rest of the components, recipes. Some of the people that are, I have some doctors that are putting some articles in these books, so it's more than just a cookbook.
Nice.
And then we have Simply Yummy Fresh. Simply Yummy Fresh is coming out about the same time. The problem was I was working on way too many recipes and thinking, okay, this is really fresh, and then I thought, why not do 2?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these 2 cookbooks will be out probably around January, if not before. And they can always contact me to get on the email list or something like that.
And later we'll put
We'll
up your
talk about
contact
that.
info as well a little bit later. So where do we start with the avocado? But before we actually get into where we start, another thing that I noticed about these recipes is that a lot of the ingredients are fresh.
Yes, yes.
Why do you choose to use fresh ingredients?
I want food as close to natural as possible. Especially for my diet. Like I said, I still have weight to lose. I've lost all my medications and my diseases have reversed, but I still want to take care of this body that God gave me, because I abused it for like 58 years. So I'm trying to do the best about keeping a clean diet. And I wanted things that were whole, things that tasted fresh, that you could use with other foods. You would be shocked at some of these recipes, how you can incorporate them into main dishes and use them beyond what we're using them here.
Yes, okay.
So I love fresh. And you're going to want to use the avocado.
Okay.
And
Now,
Jason,
did
you're a
you-
sport.
How did you cut this?
I just took the avocado and just peeled it, took a knife and went around it, twisted it in half and then peeled it. It's really easy if you've got a good fresh or avocado that's ripe. It'll just peel right off like a orange.
Okay.
And
Now,
then I mash it.
What do you say on the sport?
Well, you're a sport because he does not like avocado.
Well, that
He
is
doesn't
true.
like avocado, and
That's
I
true.
was thinking during this time that we've been filming about this recipe, when I found out today he does not like avocado, and I thought, what could Jason do? What could he do to make a recipe like this if he chose to have something simple? And I thought, peas, green peas. You could put them in a food processor or Vitamix, puree those up, put these ingredients in there and do the same thing. This is a fat, a good healthy fat.
Okay.
The peas are a little bit more on the carb side, but neither one of them really have a taste that would mask, something
Yeah.
would mask it, so you'd be fine with that.
And the good thing, it's not all about me. People at home
Exactly. You
love
know what we
avocado
like.
and guacamole and everything like that, and you like avocados
I
and all that
love
stuff.
avocado.
So, hey,
When the doctor told me that I wanted to make that change at 285 plus pounds, who knows, he told me I could eat avocado every day.
oh wow.
And my last cholesterol was 128.
Wow.
128.
Wow.
That's super. I'll take that.
Yes, I know that's right.
So just take that fork
And just mash
and just
it?
start mashing it up, and watch him say, "This is a hard one."
I'm hoping I don't end up wearing this thing. If it jumps out at me, I might get attacked by the avocado.
Well, avocados here are a little harder to get a hold of than what they are in Texas.
I believe
in
it.
Texas, they're like 3 for $1 a lot of times, and so they're just so available. And we've got a huge Hispanic culture there, and so my favorite food. And I'm thinking, praise the Lord. So we get avocados all the time there, and when you get them for like 25, 35 cents during their peak season, it's pretty inexpensive. And here, they're very green, so I put that in my little paper sack. If you need to get your avocados ripe overnight, just put them in a paper sack and
Really?
close it up and let the paper sack ripen. Yeah,
Now,
they'll
how
ripen faster.
How does that work?
I don't know.
But it works.
It works. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
we'll
one of
go
those
with
things
that.
I don't question. Hey, it works for me. That's great.
That's right. Okay.
It just works.
It's coming together.
That's just like you can take ice. And red onions, when they have such that super strong, pungent taste with them, but I love using red onions, you could put a little bit of water in them and ice, and the ice will help take out some of that sharpness in a red onion too.
Okay.
So, yeah, look at you did a great job.
Yeah,
Now,
this
see,
is-
can you envision this with peas?
I could see this
Okay,
with peas.
so you could
I
do that,
could see
especially
this.
if you had a food processor that you could get in there and use the peas.
Okay. So is that about the
That looks
consistency
good.
that we
Yes,
we
you don't want
there?
it just runny.
Like guacamole.
Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right.
Okay. All right. So
You
then,
can add anything you want to here.
Just-
Go ahead and
okay.
put in your celery. And that's a lot of celery, and I love it.
Yes.
And celery is good for, it's like a natural diuretic.
Okay.
So we need that. Instead of all the salt, we can use the celery instead.
Nice. It's healthier for us.
It is.
Okay.
Inflammation, it's good for inflammation.
Really? And then, so now we want to
Yes,
pour in our
the dill, right. And if you like more dill, just knock yourself out and put more dill in there. I do like fresh. So I always try to, we have different markets. I know Meyer up in the north part of the country has dill year round. And down south, you know, places like Sprouts, Whole Foods, they
Okay.
have dill year round. So
Okay. And pour our
lemon.
lemon
And you're going to say,
juice.
man, that's a lot of lemon.
Yes, I love it.
You can tell it's fresh, there's the seed.
Oh, wow. Well, at least he hung on
Yeah.
to the ball. All right, so now, how
just,
much salt? Just
you
a
know,
pinch?
pinch it in there. And this is another one of those things. If you don't want the salt, for me, I don't need the salt. I wouldn't even put it in my dish. But for some people, they like salt.
And what kind of salt is that?
This is a Celtic sea salt.
So is it
I
like-
know, I'm sorry.
is it
This
like
is
pink
Himalayan.
Himalayan? Okay,
Pink Himalayan.
nice.
Celtic sea salt. The real salt by the Redmond real salt and the Himalayan are the only 3 salts that I will use because they have the trace minerals that we need
Gotcha.
as well.
Okay. So now, do I just want to mix it?
Yes, just mix it and
all in
incorporate
there
it all
make
together.
Okay. Nice.
Does that look like fun?
It does look like fun. It does look like fun. That's right. Now, so how long have you been making this particular dish?
Probably about 2 years.
Okay.
I've been making it, and as I've been thinking so much about doing this next cookbooks, you know, these series, I thought, wow, I want to do a gluten-free. I meet so many people on the road, Jason. They have wonderful they have wonderful recipes, great ideas. So I thought, why not incorporate some of these cooks out there, how we met, and take 2 or 3 of their recipes and incorporate them into a cookbook for them
nice.
too. You know.
That's nice. Okay.
Isn't that beautiful? Looks like
Yeah,
Christmas.
it does. And I was so worried about spilling a little bit
No,
too.
and look, you can use it with the crackers, you can use it with a vegetable, broccoli, cauliflower, carrot sticks. This is really good, folks, if you want instead of using butter on a sandwich, you can take this spread on both sides of your bread and whatever you use, your lettuce, tomatoes in the middle, and it makes a wonderful spread for a sandwich.
Now, normally I taste test things, right?
You can't. So
So,
am I going to have to do it for you?
I think you should. Yeah, I think you should give it a whirl. It's good?
Hear the crunch?
Uh-huh.
I love that. It's so fresh, and it just opens up those taste buds like, whoa, this is great.
It's like a flavor explosion. That's
It
great.
is. It's
That
very
great.
lemony. I love that. I love that
I'll
taste.
tell you what I will try, though.
You try the cracker?
Yes, I'll try one of these.
That's not fair. I can't have the cracker. I'm allergic to wheat.
Well, see, this is why teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go.
What's our next recipe?
Ooh, the next recipe is going to be the favorite one. You're going to love this. This is our carob chia pudding. For this recipe, you're going to need 3 cups of vanilla flavored almond, soy or coconut milk, a 1/3 cup of carob powder, 1 dropper chocolate flavored stevia, 3/4 cup of chia seeds, and a dollop of coconut whipped topping, which is vegan.
That sounds wonderful. Where do we begin with this
Oh,
recipe?
this is one you're going to eat, so we want to hurry up with this one. We want to eat it
Okay.
fast. What I normally do first is I put in that carob powder because that carob powder really, and I'm going to start whisking.
Okay,
And
so
you
I'll
just start dropping that in there
I
if you
might
need a
little
spoon.
Okay, here we go.
And some people might want to put it in a blender. That's fine. I'm really pretty good with hand mixing. And this is our chocolate flavor. I don't use chocolate in my home. I use carob powder.
Nice.
Now I know there's some people who don't like carob powder. I have not found the difference. Did you try that cake that we did at camp meeting?
I didn't get to try that. I
Didn't.
did.
That was a carob, basically a German chocolate, our version of that.
You'd be proud of me. I ate some of the fruit that was at camp meeting, though. I did
Yes,
try
good
some of
job.
that, so that was good.
Now I want you to, this is my stevia.
Okay.
So I
Now,
just took it out of the dropper.
This looks a little different. This is the chocolate.
This is the chocolate
Flavored
flavored stevia
stevia.
drops. This
Okay.
is in a liquid. The only brand I use is the Sweet Leaf. I
Okay.
use Sweet Leaf, it's my brand. And I always put, for people who are making this dish, it's a dessert. Taste it before you refrigerate it.
Okay.
And if it feels like or tastes like it's a little too sweet, that's great. Because it's going to absorb that chia seed.
Okay.
And that chia seed's going to take on some of that flavor. It's just like anything you do gluten-free. If you use rice and these other type of flours, everything you put in there, it's going to absorb in that flour too, so you need a little bit more flavoring. So same way with the chia. This is my vanilla because I did not have a vanilla milk.
Okay.
So I'm adding vanilla to my pudding.
Now, why did you say you want to taste it before you refrigerate it? Can you not add things after it's
You can, but as
refrigerated,
it
or-
thickens up, this is going to get really thick, and I'm going to show you here one that's thickened up.
Okay.
But I know that I taste it here, and I want it really, really sweet. So that, and you can use monk fruit here too, but we're
Okay.
using stevia here. And I know that when that chia seed goes in there and it starts to expand and get real gel or gelatinous, then I know that flavor's going in that seed too.
Gotcha. So it's just absorbing that
It's
flavor.
absorbing, just like your potatoes absorb whatever comes into it. So you can just start
This-
pouring the chia
okay.
seed. Do you ever have a chia pet?
I've seen plenty of those commercials.
I know. Okay, so now you put in my seed.
Okay.
And see, if we tried to eat this now, we would be eating liquid, crunchy chia seeds.
Yes.
So for the sake of television,
Now, do we want to add this in here?
if you want to, I've got those alongside because in this bowl, Jason,
Okay.
I did put some carob chips in there,
Nice,
okay?
nice.
Because you and I are going to be artistic.
Gotcha.
Here's your spoon.
Okay.
Because this is going to set up now. I want to put it in the refrigerator 2-3 hours, even if you want to do it overnight. But it needs to set up, and those chia seeds start to get, like I said, gelatinous.
Okay.
You can put, see, look at that.
Oh, yes. That's
It's like a tapioca
thick,
now. Do you
yeah.
see that? Mm-hmm. Okay, and from myself, I will even take some more of the, Mom, this is a great recipe for you and your kids to do together.
Yeah, this looks nice and chocolatey or Caribe.
It is Caribbean.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. And then you said you added a little bit of this?
I did put it right over the top. I even put some on my in between there. You can't hardly see them, but I put a break in between.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you got fancy with it is what you're trying to tell me.
I did, exactly.
I see.
You know, I've got a little daughter, granddaughter, named, we call her Sippy Sue.
Sippy Sue.
Sippy Sue, her name's Alexa, but Sippy Sue she got tagged with, and 11 years old, she's still being called Sippy Sue. And so she loves to cook like Grandma.
Okay.
Now, this is the coconut whipped topping.
Uh-huh.
And I
Now,
put
why
it,
do you have it in a plastic?
because I want to use it like I would be doing frosting, and I just cut the tip small here, so I can just squeeze this out, maybe round it, just like an ice cream cone.
Nice.
Now it's your turn, and then I take just a tad, a pinch of the carob powder. Everybody just thinks this is wonderful.
Mine looks kind of like a cone, but hey, we'll work
Hey,
with it.
you can actually put, look here, you can even go down on top of that, right? Smash down on top of it.
There we go.
Because you want a bit,
Yeah, we want it to be
that enough?
nice and thick. That's great. That
And then
is
if you
great.
want just a little bit of the
carob
carob powder
Okay.
on there.
Let's see here. Okay. Thank you.
I know he's going to try this one. He's going to love this
Oh
one.
yeah, this is probably one of my favorite times here. Let's see here.
Okay. What do you think? Delicious? Yes, it is so delicious. And it's wonderful because it's healthy and it's something mom can do with the kids or dad. I mean, it's like a family project and they don't feel deprived. So this is a dessert at home that's healthy for everybody and they don't feel like, oh, well, so-and-so gets to eat this and we don't. I love it. Love it.
It's very flavorful.
It is.
And the consistency is good too. I don't know if it's the seeds. There's something that tastes kind of gummy-ish.
Have you ever had tapioca pudding?
I think I may have tried it before.
This is a little similar to that, except for that you're talking about those little seeds in there. I kind of like the way
but
they
it's
swallow
good.
down.
I like
know.
that, yeah.
I've done this with mango. I've done this with a coconut cream, lemon. So I've made this in many varieties, and they all taste good.
Now, what does Randall think of this?
Rendell, he loves everything. You know, he's the easiest man in the world to please, but we have a system. If it's really great, it has to hit 10. If it's okay, it's down below 1. So between 1 and 10.
Between 1 and 10?
1 and 10,
okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
this hits a 10 for him.
Nice, nice. Yeah, this is absolutely delicious. And how long did you say that you leave this in the refrigerator for?
I leave it in there for at least 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours? Okay.
Yeah, just so it'll start, getting thick.
So you want to prepare this first prior to making dinner,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
throw this in the refrigerator. That's ready.
I do it
ready
in
for
my
dessert after that.
seminars. I make this very dessert in my seminars and
Okay.
top it and put it in the little portion cups. And I always make about a third more than I need, and we're always running out.
Wow.
Because they'll come back and get seconds and thirds of it.
Now, what do your seminars look like?
You know, churches, organizations will have us come in and do programs for them just to help about a plant-based lifestyle. And I talk about the SOS, the sugar, oil, and salt, that we want to leave some of that out of our diet or reduce as much as we can, especially for lifestyle disease, because food can do what medication can't. And so food got you there, food's got to take you back.
Yes.
And so
yes.
that's what I teach, and I give all the scientific evidence about what foods are destroying our health and how we can turn that around. But more than that, I mean, I can give them all the information in the world, Jason, and I can give them proof of what they need to eat and how it helps the body and change it. God has created us so miraculously that no matter how sick we are sometimes, we can reverse that. time after time
yes.
again. And so it's got to taste good. So when they taste that food, they say, okay, I can do this.
Absolutely, because it can't just be solely nutritious. It's got to be delicious too.
Well, because the first thing they think of is, now do I have to be a rabbit?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Is it palatable?
Yes, it
Yes.
has to taste good. It
Absolutely.
does.
And how long have you been doing seminars?
Oh, I think about 7 years. I've lost track.
Okay.
But I've been doing it for a while, and I love it. I can't imagine, I come out of a 6-figure income. I worked for the corporate world out there, and I remember somebody saying, Melody, do you miss working in that corporate world? Do you miss all that money? And I said, if I did, I'd be like slapping Jesus in the face, because God has given me back my health, and He has always taken care of me everywhere I've gone. He's taken care of me all these years. I don't need a corporate to take care of me. I just need the Lord.
Well, we want people to book you for seminars. We want them to
Yes.
invite you out. And now we're going to go to your address roll.
If you would like to invite Melody to hold one of her health events in your area, she would love to hear from you. Find out more about her plant-based cooking health seminars, as well as her amazing cookbooks, by visiting her website, melodyprettyman.com. That's melodyprettyman.com. You may also call her at 740-398-6491. That's 740-398-6491. Or write to her at Your Healthy Helper, Post Office Box 521, Alvarado, Texas 76009.
We made so many delicious dishes today. Let's go over what we made.
Well, first we made the broccoli fruit salad.
Okay.
Love that, mixing the dried fruit with the broccoli. And then we did the barbecue sauce. Really a great barbecue sauce. The roasted potato salad is a favorite for sure. The lemony avocado dip, dill dip, love that too. And the carob chia pudding. I mean, how can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? Avocado, dill, lemon, I mean, it's just all great.
Yeah. You know what? I really love those potatoes. The potatoes were amazing. The barbecue was great. And I didn't know how I was going to feel about the broccoli and the fruit and all those different things mixed together, but it was delicious too.
It is. It really is. And like I said, the longer it sets, the better it tastes.
Yeah, yeah. All those flavors really settle in. And then I love how you have the onions in there, because I love onions. Got to make sure you have
Always
the breath
onions.
mints close and handy.
Thank you.
But
So when we're done here today, is that your dish, a potato salad?
you know, I would like for it to be. However, I think there are some other people here that
wanna
might
eat it,
try and
yeah.
jump in. you
Rendell
know.
might be run out the door with it. We'll never know. But
It's a possibility. Did it take you a while to get used to cooking with such fresh ingredients and no oil and all of that?
it took me a while to figure out the oil and the sugar part. Salt, is just simple, but God is so great about teaching us how to make changes, and He did that for me too.
Wow. And, as we discussed earlier, your passion was fueled by different situations and stuff that have impacted
It was my
your
health,
life.
my life. When you get, it's easier to make sure you have good health as to have bad health and then try to reverse it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Jason,
coming
for
on
having
here and
me.
sharing all this wonderful food with us. And get in your kitchen and try it at home. Join us next time.